Hello and welcome. In our last video we talked about building a hot water tank. In this video we'll be talking about building a mash tun. The principle is pretty much the same. Now, I've actually already had this mash tun together once before. However, I've decided to make some changes to the fittings to make for a better seal, hopefully. Now, I have a large Coleman cooler here, and I already have my drain braid together. It's a piece of stainless braided faucet or toilet hose. I cut the ends off of it. You have to watch. I went to Home Depot and Lowe's and found that they have a wide variety of these hoses that appear to be braided, but when you take a close look they're braided with plastic and not stainless. You want to make sure that you get the stainless braid. This one I believe was 20 inches long. I cut the ends off of it with a angle grinder with a metal cutting disc. It was rather crude but effective. There's several ways that you can cut them off. Now once you cut the ends off, you need to remove the center hose, and I have this hose clamped on with a stainless hose clamp. This fitting is 3/4 inch PEX tubing to 1/2 inch male. You can actually also use a female adapter. I decided to go with the male, but a female adapter may eliminate the need to have a hose coupling, which you'll see in a minute. Now, on the other end, you can use a plug, or in my case, I cut a 1 inch long piece of the inner tubing and placed the stainless carriage bolt, 1/4 inch carriage bolt in there, and hose clamped it on. The extra weight seems to work really well to hold it to the bottom of the mash tun, which is important, especially when you keep stirring the grains around. Now, I've already removed the drain plug, and I already have my drain valve together. I have a 1/2 inch barb fitting. In this case it's brass. The lead-free brass ball valve. I have a stainless washer, stainless 2 inch coupling, 1/2 inch thread. I've already wrapped it with the thread seal tape, the Teflon tape. I have my homemade washer, some O-rings. There is my double coupling, 1/2 inch, and just some assorted leftovers. These were plastic shims that I'd used the last time around, but that was before I had the stainless washers. Stainless washers were kind of hard to source, so I ended up going to Fastenal for it. The plumbing parts, the stainless nipples and couplers, brass ball valve, and barb fitting. Those came from a local plumbing supply warehouse. And we'll see if we can get this together here. Not everybody's going to need a cooler of this size. I went with this size to do large batches. I was shooting for the ability to mash large amounts of grain. and brew full 10-gallon batches of all grain. So I've got a 72 quart cooler. This one came from Walmart. It's their Coleman's Extreme duty cooler. It worked rather well for the last batch, except for, as it said, the small leaking problem, which I'm hoping to be resolving today. That feels good and secure. Looks good on the inside. I'll show you in just a minute here. Okay, we have our ball valve on the outside. We can attach our high temperature tubing on. The ball valve works nice. It actually is fairly close to the cooler, but that's okay. On the inside, I have the gasket material with the washer, and I used a O-ring clamped in there to help try to secure that. I tightened it good and secure so it won't move. And as far as attaching the braid, there's not really any need to put Teflon tape on this fitting, because it doesn't matter if it leaks inside the cooler, which is the only place that it'll leak there. It doesn't even have to be tightened real tight. There is the completed setup. In theory, you want the braid to go the full length of the cooler. That was not possible because I was not able to find a longer braid. However, this one will be very effective, as it's already proven to be very effective. I had no issues with stuck sparges so far with this setup. Of course, I've only brewed 2 batches of beer with this setup so far. So we'll see how it goes. Now, I hope that was helpful.